Hey, what's up? So, I want to talk to you real briefly about some stuff. This Greg Locke guy is crazy out of control. Just, there's not a lot else I can say. Okay, I want to talk to you about three things. His view on witchcraft, his view on disability, and his dominion theology. Okay, number one, his view on witchcraft is damaging to the gospel. Witchcraft, or the religion of Wicca, is a religion. It is a false religion, but it is a religion. It's a religion like Islam, like Buddhism, like Rastafarianism, things like that. It's an actual belief. It's rooted in New Ageism. And yes, New Ageism has infiltrated the church. But it is not what he thinks it is. He's confusing it with hyper spiritual warfare, spirit of Jezebel nonsense. Okay, here's the deal. When he talks like that, it actually hinders Wiccans from coming to Christ, because they think we're out to kill them and we're out to harm them, and we love them and we want them saved, just like we want a drug addict saved, just like we want a prostitute saved. We want everyone to come to the saving knowledge of Jesus Christ. And it's like any other false religion. In the sense of it's a false religion, it is devil worship. In its context, they wouldn't see as that. They're actually more tree huggers than they are devil worshipers, to be quite honest. Okay, so he's just dead wrong about what is witchcraft and what is not witchcraft. And saying he's going to expose people's names, that's just reckless and stupid. Okay? No two ways about that. Now, with that said, the issue that I have even a bigger issue with is his attitude. If you have a disability, you're demon possessed. If you are interested in knowing more about this subject, here's a book that I would recommend. This is the Bible, Disability in the Church by Amos Young. He's out of Fuller now. He was at Regent. Great. He's got a PhD, and he wrote a book about what the Bible actually teaches about disability. This idea that you're demon possessed if you have a disability, whether that be cerebral palsy, whether that be autism, the one he went after, whether that be whatever it be, immune deficiency, is ridiculous, and that is actually demonic. It is demonic to sit and tell someone that has a disability that they have a demon. You can find no place for this biblically. Someone that, and people go, well, what about the story with the boy that threw himself in the fire? Jesus actually turned back and said, this type can only come out by fasting and prayer. So if it doesn't work, they have every right to come back to you and say your prayer life sucks. Hey, I'm just saying the obvious. I'm just saying, if we're going to go with Scripture, that's where we have to go. Okay, here's the bottom line. Someone having a disability is not a demon. It's not a demonic spirit. They're not demon possessed. That's just stupid. Okay? Royally stupid. And I don't know where this guy got his education, but he must have got it on Google. Or he's got YouTubeology. Because, yeah. Anyways. Now, here's the problem. Here's the bigger picture with this Locke guy. He believes in what's called Kingdom Now theology, or dominion theology. It takes birth back in the 1970s, and it was condemned by about everybody. It's heretical nonsense that we have to take the culture, and we're fighting for a Christian America. No, we're called to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ, not culturalize America and Christianize it. That's dominion theology that was widely rejected. Okay? Our goal is not to get Trump in power. No. Our goal is to love Jesus. Be faithful to Jesus. And preach the gospel with power and authority. That's what we're called to do. None of this other crazy stuff. And Greg Locke, he became famous by ranting about Target bathrooms. What's that got to do with the gospel? What's that got to do with the saving, healing, delivering message of Jesus Christ, the death, burial, and resurrection? Nothing. And go off, and he just says crazy stuff because he knows how to get views, and that's how he makes money. But this is insane. Just absolutely insane. I don't know how, there's no way, there's no way you can defend this idea of witches and this idea of being disabled as a demon with this book. And this is the final authority. This is what we believe. Now, I believe in spiritual warfare. I believe in angels and I believe in demons. Okay? I believe in principalities. I'm Pentecostal. I have to believe in this stuff. And I do believe in it, but I believe this is where we find what we believe about spiritual warfare. And spiritual warfare is from the cross, to the cross, and through the cross. Okay? Jesus said, "It is finished." We no longer have the old man. The new man has come on. We have clothed ourselves with Christ. So if we have clothed ourselves with Christ, we don't need to be obsessed with some witch. They have no power. They have no authority. If they're truly sent by the enemy, and not just you don't like them, but they're truly sent by the enemy, there are steps that need to be done. But there needs to be proper protocol, and it isn't just the pastor don't like them and wants them out. Okay? That's just not how that works. Okay? Now, so refresh my memory, what does this Greg Locke do for the gospel? How is people getting saved? How is people getting healed? How is people getting delivered? Not to Trump, not to conservative political ideology, but to Christ. Because at the end of the day, that's what matters. Jesus said, "Go into all the world and be a witness of Him." Not a witness to a political idea, not the doctrine. This is almost as bad as these guys that go around preaching the gospel of King James. If you didn't get saved by a King James, you didn't really get saved. Same crazy ideas. Now, before I go, let me say one other thing I'd like to say about this Greg Locke guy. We have zero discernment about him. Here, let me say some obvious. He left his wife for his secretary. He is disqualified from the ministry. He cannot preach the gospel. He is not an elder. He is not a deacon. He's not an apostolic leader because he is disqualified because he has 2 living wives. That shouldn't be a real shocker, but I guess that it is. That when you walk out on your wife, you can't keep preaching the gospel. Because how can you tell the world to be reconciled to God, which is the gospel, when you can't even be reconciled to your spouse? So he's not only a false teacher, he's all kinds of things, but we have zero discernment. I want to make myself clear. Wiccas need Jesus. We love them and they need Jesus. People with disabilities are not demon-possessed and they need the compassion of Jesus. Dominion theology is a demonic lie from the pit of hell. And you can't preach the gospel and walk out on your spouse. God bless you.